All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakudash. Yahweh, the truly powerful name of the world, even calls God. Yahushai, the truly powerful name of the world, even calls Jesus. Ba'ashem, in the name of Rachakudash, Holy Spirit, literally translated Spirit Holy. I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles in millstone, rule well, teach well, being grateful to them, church, younger brothers, and peace and blessings of full lack of will and part in number. I'm the brother Kadar, come back with another video. This is going to be a history lesson. Episode 9 or 10, but basically gonna be about the Northern Kingdom, leaving to the Americas or the land of Ophir. All right, after the Assyrian captivity, them going to the Western Hemisphere. But I'm gonna get some precepts, and one thing want to point out before I do this video, not all of the Northern Kingdom went over to the Americas, because in the New Testament, that you had I believe she was an old woman from the tribe. Yeah, she was from the tribe of Asher. I believe she was a prophetess or something. All right, but first precept I'm gonna get Second Ezra 13 and 40. Just going straight to it. Second Ezra 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, right? Which was 720 BC, all right? Led captives, and he carried them over the water, so came they into the land, right, into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go into a further country where never mankind dwelt. And that was the Western Hemisphere. And they already knew about the so-called Americas, all right, because King Solomon sent, he was sending his navy there, man, to gather resources. All right, verse 42, that they might dare keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. All right, and so they came over to the Americas, to try to serve the Lord, which which they couldn't do, because it was prophesied that they would go off and the Lord was going to bring us both, Judah and Israel to captivity. North King was off. They was going into the human sacrifices. Worshiping the sons. You got tribal Zebulon and Issachar. You know, different Gadite tribes. Having evil eye towards each other. But verse 43, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. Right, man. All right. We'll go to the internet. Euphrates. All right, you got the Euphrates right here. All right, and just all right, let me just lock here. Hold on real quick, I'll give him Salakia. I want to go to images. All right, and you got the Euphrates River right here. All right, so this is where they went, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them and held still the flood. So over there in the Euphrates, the water current is wild, but the Most High allowed them to go through and made it simmer. For through the country there was a great way to go, namely for a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth. Then dwelt there until the later time, and now when they shall begin to come. All right. Now, that's basically the North Kingdom going into America. All right. And while they was going into the Americas, you had the Southern Kingdom of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, or the so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, and Haitians today. They went into Babylonian captivity. I'm going to First Kings. First Kings. 9 and 26, because I already got it all written down. First Kings 9 and 26. All right, this just proving how they knew about the Americas. But First Kings 9 to 25, that and 3 times in a year did Solomon offer offerings and burnt offerings upon the altar, burnt offerings and peace offerings upon the altar which he built unto Yahweh, and burnt incense upon the altar there that was before Yahweh. So he finished the house, and King Solomon made a navy of ships in Zion Geber, which is beside Eloth on the shore of the Red Sea, in the land of Edom. And Hiram sent in the navy a servant shipmen that had knowledge of the sea, okay, with the servants of Solomon. And they came to Ophir, which is Americas, and they fetched from thence gold 420 talents and brought it to King Solomon. All right, let's go to First Kings. First Kings 10 and 20, well, 21, Salakia. And all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. Right, they were so rich, silver, which gold and silver, money, but they had, some was, gold. Silver ain't even mean nothing, and silver is valuable as well. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with a navy of Hiram, once in 3 years, bringing the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches, for wisdom. So basically, the Northern Kingdom was chilling there for about 400, 500 years. Don't quote me on it. While the Southern Kingdom they was going through Babylonian captivity. All right. Persians, Greek, Roman, all right. While they was over there in Rome, they went through the Servile Wars, all right. After that, 70 AD, etc. You know, but it was all from prophecy that Esau had to come in, which is that east wind, you know. Hosea 13 and 15. Though he be fruitful among his brethren, all right, that's talking about the northern kingdom. And east wind shall come, right? And wind represents is destruction. That was Esau, all right. The wind of Yahweh shall come up from the wilderness, and his spring shall become dry, all right. And his fountain shall be dried up, and shall spoil the treasure of all the plant vessels. Esau using all their resources, all right. Samaria shall become desolate, for she have rebelled against her power, all right. They shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed. Salaki. Salaki. Their infants shall be dashed in pieces, and their women with child shall be ripped up. Right. So, in 1492 when no damn. It was 14, I believe it was 1492 when Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand got into power. The same year when they took down that last stronghold of the Moors in Granada, Spain, they sent Cristobal Colon, aka Christopher Columbus, his conquistador to Spain. To the Americas, man. And the first thing they did, they came with a Bible and a sword, man. Trying to convert them to Christianity. Our people was going off serving idols and shit, But it was due to prophecy that this had to happen, man. All right. And it says his spring shall become dry, his mountain shall be dried up. And Esau used all they resources, man. All right. Samaria shall become desolate, for she had rebelled against her power. They shall fall by the sword. And what did Cristobal Colon do? Hey, they slaughtered them, man. All right. Their infants shall be dashed into pieces. Right, man. They will literally rip the infants out the body and dash their face against the rock, man. And their woman with child shall be ripped up. Right, man. All right. When they seen the conquistadors coming, they were literally off themselves, man. All right. But I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 28:49. And Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And that was Esau Edom, man. All right. And a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young, man. Hey, when Esau came over here, he killed, the Northern Kingdom, old and young, man. Even when they was loading Southern Kingdom, all right, in the slave ship, they didn't care if you was old or young, man. You know, and it's all according to prophecy, man. All right. Let me get Genesis 49 and 14. Issachar is a strong ass, all right, ass is a donkey, all right, because the so-called Mexican is the hardest worker on this planet, all right. It's a strong ass couching down between two burdens, right, man? You know, them two burdens you know, them getting hell between Mexico and the U.S., man. You know, hey, over there in so-called Mexico, what it's called today, hey, it was good land with good resources until Esau came, man. You know, Proverbs 29 and 2, you know. Issachar is oppressed in their own land. They come over here in the U.S., all right? You know, they got to work for Esau, you know, for damn 15 cents an hour, man, all right? You know, you know, Issachar work for anyone, man. You know, they the hardest workers, you know, and Esau takes advantage of that, man. All right. Oh yeah, and speaking about Issachar, Salakia, let me get First Chronicles. Shit. First Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do, the head of them were 200, and all the brethren were at their command. Right, so the children of Issachar, you know, hey, they could literally look into the stars and see if Israel was gonna win the battle, man. You know, they had that knowledge, you know, back in the ancient day. We ain't got that knowledge now, but you know, we gonna get it back in the kingdom. All right, but let me go back to where I was at. Just wanted to pull that point out. You know, and you could search up the Mayans. You know, they was good astronomers, man. Astronomers. All right, but let me go to Luke 3. Salakia. Flee. Mount. All right. Mark, Matthew 24 and 16, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains, you know. All right, and you know, this is the Roman persecution in 70 AD, all right, to 73 AD of the southern kingdom, man. All right, which they fled to the mountains, which is I believe it was the Atlas Mountains, which is Africa, man. And then they went as far as possible, you know, West Africa. That's where majority of Jake at today. You know, Jake everywhere, you know, North, South, East Africa, all right. It's really the land of Ham, but you know, that's just you know, from Neo Scipius Africanus. All right. You know, and then, you know, of course, Esau came to get them to the Americas, and Issachar was already there. I mean, Issachar and the rest of the North Kingdom, you know, was already there, man, which goes into Baruch 2 and 30. But I'm going to keep reading. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, standing where it out not, let him that readeth understand, then let them in Judea flee to the mountains, man. All right? Uh, so like, Salaki. But Luke 21 to 21, I had to wait till somebody leave the room. But Luke 21 to 21, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter thereunto, right, man? You know? So, you know, when the Romans conquered the southern kingdom, or they, you know, in Jerusalem, Jerusalem was on a high hill. So basically what they had to do was restrict the food, you know, from going in, you know? It was over there in a time of Passover, man. You know, so they would let people, you know, go in but not come out, man. You know, and the only they would stop they resources from coming in. So the only water supply they had was which was already in there. You know, only food supply was which was already in there. you know. So they couldn't come out to get anything, you know. And Rome did that for a reason because they couldn't just barge in. You know, Jerusalem was on a high hill, man. You know, so you know they starved out Jake, you know, and you know according to you know it had to be prophecy for them to do that, man. You know, to take down Jake, but you know which they fled to Africa, the land, aka the land of Ham, and I'm gonna get Genesis 28. Oh, I'm tweaking. Deuteronomy 28. And Yahweh shall bring Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof, all right, Egypt means bondage, you know, captivity, you know, aka slavery. All right, by the way that whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. All right, after we fled 70 AD, we ain't see the land no more, man. All right, and there ye shall be sold to your enemy for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall redeem you, no man shall save you, man. You know, accept the Lord. Okay, and we get all right, and you know they of course they sold them. You know, they the first thing they did, you know, when they got Jake off the slave ship, you know they took him to Brazil, you know, Spain, Portugal, you know, Haiti, you know, all across the Americas, man. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus, Jeremiah 50 and 33, thou saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All right, how do we be oppressed together? You know, Judah, you know, and Judah and Issachar is over here, man. All 12 tribes is over here in America, man. All right, you know, of course, around the whole world as well. But I'm reading again, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, man. All right, we got Isaiah. Oh shit, Salakia. Isaiah 11 and 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Right, man. So you know the tribes won't be together fully until the kingdom, man. You know, because you know we still under the curse, even though the curses, you know, being put on our enemies. All right, Jake still got an evil eye towards their brother. You know, you got some Israelites that think the northern kingdom not Israelites. You know, it's just black only. You know, black this, black that. You know, all right. But you know, we, you know, through the spirit, we join it right now. You know, brothers in camps, man. All right. Hey, it's all love, man. All right. Hey, they are brothers. All right. You got different tribes in one camp, man. But let me get one final precept. Trying to find Baruch Salakia. Oh damn, Salakia is in the Apocrypha. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. All right, here you go. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Right? They gonna remember that they you know, children of Israel, man. All right. It had to be a falling away first. You know, we had to remember, we had to forget everything, man. You know, until you know the spirit, you know, the Lord put the spirit on Abba Bivens. You know, ever since that, American been falling, man, been crumbling. You know, we learned what tribes were. We learned the Lord's name, the breakdowns, man. Hey, this is heavy, man. And shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. Right, man. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. All right. And this is happening right now. All right. All around the world, man. You got brothers in Japan. You got a brother in Japan, man. brother in Finland, Germany, Netherlands, England, U.S. I believe it's a brother in Mexico, Puerto Rico. Uh, 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 damn, you got brothers over there in Suriname, you know. Hey, brother over there in Nigeria, man. It's probably a lot that I missed, but hey, call law and lie your hell by shooting out shop, man. All right. And in return from this thick net, they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again to the land which I promised, which with an oath unto their father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they shall be lords of it, and will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. Right, man. Hey, Lord is gonna save us from this place, man. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people out of Israel out of the land that I have given them. You know, which is the second covenant. Of course, He's gonna put the laws in our heart, our mind. It's gonna be impossible for us to go off. But I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Wakakodash, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.